Cesaro. Way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Recount Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
See, a couple years ago, Bret Hart had, and that's why I made a joke.
We know.
Oh,
we know.
You went right into the song. I didn't know if you.
I thought you were going to mention that tomorrow's actually Lil Nature's birthday, the more important.
It is Lil Nature's birthday tomorrow.
On July 2nd.
And Scotty Too Hottie.
Right.
Nature Boy Ric Flair, the most influential wrestler in the history of the world, the referee that was him.
He refed in WWE, Jim.
Oh, him. Okay. Sorry.
I feel like Scotty Too Hottie was in WWE as well.
He was.
Yeah.
He was there.
He was there.
Scotty Too Hottie never screwed the WWE, though.
That's true.
He followed the
Are we
time-honored
really going to
tradition.
turn this into another Montreal Screwjob episode?
He also does not need to just wear a bib around.
Okay. Week 12. Week number 12 of the Wrestler of the Week standings.
Never mind.
Does anybody want to start us off with their top three? Mark, go ahead. You grumbled.
Do you remember who I wrestled? When I met Bret Hart, when you met him, Jim and Ryan, I asked him. I said I saw him wrestle at my first ever live wrestling event. And he says, "Do you remember who I wrestled?" And I couldn't understand a word he said. So I said, "I'm sorry. Do you remember who I wrestled?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it was the British Bulldogs," because I was nervous, but it really wasn't. It was the Young Stallions. But
so you met Bret Hart and you lied to him.
I did. I felt terrible.
You were no longer considered an intern.
Strike two. You went past strike one to strike two, Mark.
It was an innocent mistake when he.
I'd say that's grounds for promotion.
That's right. You lost the intern tag.
All right, I'm just Mark.
You're just that's our new shirt. Just Mark.
Just Mark.
I
like that. But Mark, go ahead. If you can remember.
See, when I met Bret Hart, his handler had to guide his hand.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
That's why the dots go up and not sideways after Hitman.
Oh, Jesus.
So sad.
Mark, do you remember?
No, it's an authentic Bret Hart autograph when you get the...
Mark.
Oh, now he's muted.
It's the Bret Hart watermark.
Oh, come on.
It's what
Jesus. Mark, do you remember your top three wrestlers of the week?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I remember who they were. I have the British Bulldogs. They were a good team.
Oh my God, I hate this show.
Jim Neidhart and my brother Owen was number one.
I hate this show.
Tim, no one can hear you. You've got to stop doing this to yourself.
All right. So for reals, as the kids say, are we doing three or should I do one? We got to build up to one.
You can present the three, however.
I don't know what screen we're on, but watching Tim's reaction to Mark give his picks is the best part of this show.
It's one of my favorite.
It's a shame if we're on the close-up of Mark only.
We're always, whenever somebody's giving their picks, they're always on the close-up of them.
I know. I feel like we miss so much while doing that.
I know, but I'm trying to give Mark his time to shine.
You sell this so well, Tim.
Tim, you're a sweetheart.
I try.
Like you.
Your reactions are just
thank you.
The best.
Poor Tim. I wish I could see my close-up. But anyway, so number three, I went with that. It's a tag team from NXT. They just kind of put together in the women's division. And I'm okay with it. I'm talking about Io and Tony Starks. They won that. It was, I think, a four-way, three-way match this past week to become number one contenders.
Can you who did EO team with?
With Zoe's husband Tony, wasn't it? Or Tony's wife Zoe. It was Zoe Stark.
Close enough. We'll take it. Number
two is now I went with someone from that AEW show because they're back on TV this week. They've been off quite a few weeks. Now they're back on. WWE Dynamite's back on Wednesday night. Her. I went with MJF because he's just so entertaining, and I thought he had a really good match. I went with MJF.
Now,
Can I
ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Did you choose MJF also because of a video that we found that got placed in our Facebook group from MJF back when he wasn't MJF and he actually went by his full effing name?
Yes, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that,
all right, just making
that clip, I knew he was there that night. I didn't remember we had any video footage of it, but there it was. It was a diamond in the rough.
Mark, you know we have a YouTube channel, right?
I do know that.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
You know that video that you discovered?
Yes.
Has been on our YouTube channel for like 5 years.
That's what makes it so exciting.
It went up like 2 days after it was filmed.
Yeah. And I mean,
5 years later,
you
I
filmed it. And you
did.
sent it to us, and we uploaded it to the YouTube channel.
Well, I couldn't sleep last night. I was up since 4:30. I was out drinking all night at Funky Town. So when I saw that video, I thought I would go ahead and send it to you guys. Now I was drinking Diet Coke because they were out of unsweetened tea last night.
Oh.
Erica wasn't working.
How the hell do you run out of unsweetened tea?
All they had was sweet tea, and that happened last week too.
That's the only tea you should drink.
What's that, sweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Yeah, freaking
yes.
right, man.
I'll be darned. Huh.
And also, is it like there's no such thing as unsweetened tea. You can't take the sweet out of the tea. It's just tea.
Oh, it's just tea.
It's an abomination, is what it is.
There's tea, and then there's sweet tea. There's no such thing as unsweet tea.
To me, it's tea, and then that stuff they dirty the water with. Because tea has to have sugar in it.
Even your hot tea?
It's got to have either sugar or honey.
Okay.
Fair.
Oh, honey's good.
It has to have a sweetener.
I'm a honey and lemon in my hot tea. I don't.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
fair.
do
So
lemon. I don't do
Sugar.
lemon all that well. So.
I like lemon a lot.
But
Yeah,
Mark,
it's good.
just tell everybody what your number 3 is, or your number 1 is, because we already saw it on the screen.
Oh, okay, that was Shane Strickland.
Who?
The Swerve.
There it is.
The Swerve.
I
Shane
have
Strickland.
no idea.
Sorry, it was delayed.
That's Isaiah Scott. Is that he's going by Isaiah Scott? Is that right?
Correct.
Travis Scott. I saw Travis Scott.
No, not Travis Scott. Thank you, Mark,
Boy,
for
he blew the
your
roof off
top
the place.
3. Ryan, you want to go next?
Yep, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right.
Go get him, Ryan.
Number 3, I have Miro. Not because he wrestled on Wednesday. I had to ask that even if he did wrestle. So I didn't see that match. Apparently he wrestled. Brian Pillman Jr.
Hey.
Brian Pillman's kid. Brian Pillman Jr. I put Miro. It was a great match too, by the way. I put Miro on there because on Saturday Night Dynamite, which was a thing, right in the middle of his promo, he slid in. He thanks God for keeping his hot wife flexible. So I thought that was worthy of making my list.
Come in my face.
That's what she says to him, apparently. I don't know.
Whoa!
I said I don't know. I'm just making guesses here. They're consenting adults. This next guy might. Never mind. Number 2, Kenny Omega. They had a real good match there on AEW Dynamite on Saturday in the main event with the Jungle Kid. Or maybe that was on Friday. I wrote down Friday. I don't fucking know. My notes aren't great.
Saturday. It was Saturday.
It was Saturday night main event.
The Jungle Kid.
The Jungle Kid. And
Is
then
that George
number 1.
The Jungle.
Hold on. I'm almost done, Mark. Number 1 is Shane Swerve, Isaiah Scott Strickland, because he's the new North American champion in a match that also was so good. And I watched every minute of that match as well. And we need to talk about that after this segment.
Jungle Jack Perry. Her.
WWE's Jungle Jack Perry.
Oh God.
I made a mistake.
Tim, you want to go next?
I will go. I will go.
Awesome.
And shout outs to Charlie and Devin for putting their top 3 in.
Didn't ask. Don't want them. Delete the comments.
If they beat me in a pro wrestling scorecard, maybe their picks will matter. But
Right,
until then,
let's remind the people before you give yours. You can find this on all of our social media.
.prowrestlingscorecard.com.
Yes. Go to factions. Go to digital.
Dot.
ProWrestlingScorecards.com.
Yep.
And you
Is
have
that
to,
digital with the D?
yeah, with a D.
Like Digital Underground, Mark.
You have to
the
create.
Humpty Dance.
You know, you have to create an account.
Oh
Then
my God.
you have to go to. You have a few
Dude,
weeks
it
though.
means you have to have a whole new password. Don't even do it. It's not even worth it.
Google Chrome will do a password for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It'll generate a password
Do it on
for
your
you.
computer then.
Don't
Do it-
worry,
do it-
I've already linked it. I've already linked it. It's in the chat. You don't have to tell anybody.
Oh,
Pick up the
perfect.
scorecards. Faction number 313.
There you go.
That's all. But when you beat me, if you beat me, but you won't beat me, then your picks will take the place of mine. But shout out to Rebel, real bad knee injury.
Oof.
Looks like.
Rough.
And Mercedes Martinez, who decided to catch Black Mass with her face.
Yeah,
That
not
was bad.
not a good week. I think there was.
Go
ahead.
Those refs need to learn when somebody's knocked out.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
She was in there pretty quick.
No, she was not.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I think I
She
saw.
waited until Zaya shot the half, went for the cover, and Mercedes is zombie kicking out.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
fair. You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
It was not good.
I love the comments. The comments were like, "She's
What's
selling
the
really
code
good."
for this faction I'm joining?
What's that?
What's the code for the faction?
that's like
313.
No.
No, there's a code. you have to get, right?
67AB85.
What? Ryan, what's
The
your
link
password
says
again?
313. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
there's a invite code
You gotta get
67AB85.
this tattooed on you.
But anywho, my top 3 are as follows. Number 3, the tag team of Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero M, picking up a victory over the AEW World Tag Team Champions in order to become the number 1 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Champions.
They fucking win.
Chips. Very solid tag team match on the beginning of Wednesday night Dynamite. In number 2, the first wrestler in AEW history to get to 50 victories, the Jungle Boy Jack Perry, with a decisive victory over Jack Evans to get to number 50. And number 1, can't beat it. Hit Row has been must-watch television on Tuesday nights for NXT. Isaiah Swerve Scott, the face of that group, and finally now the face of North America, being the NXT North American champion. Let's see if somebody can finally break the curse of holding the title for longer than one defense. Because gosh, this title is almost as cursed as the Universal Championship was.
Yeah, it does kind of have that stank on it. Matt, do you want to go? You want me to go?
I'll go, but I'm still trying to join this faction, and the codes you're both giving me are incorrect.
This is unbelievable.
What?
Fucking amateur hour.
It's not
apologize,
67AB85. Oh shit. Well, I'll have
This
to.
is the way Tim's not gonna let anybody beat him. It's horse shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not
go-
my fault. It's not my fault. Big Jim's gatekeeping.
67AB85.
Yeah. Let me double check that.
Sounds like Scantron answers.
Matt, give your 3. Let me double check myself here.
All right.
That sounds like a strong password.
The 3 matches that I chose. Number 3, Matt Riddle doing his impression of Randy Orton amused me. And the match, I guess, is kind of important since he's in Money in the Bank now, right? Yay? Nay?
Riddle is, yes.
Okay.
Riddle. That's no joke.
But Riddle has been in Money.
yeah, Riddle is, Orton is not. Because of Riddle.
Right.
Riddle.
Correct.
Okay. Number 2 was MJF. I thought that was the best match that he has had, in my opinion, in quite some time. Even though the finish was a little wonky, I still thought overall it was a solid match. And number 1, winning the North American title, Isaiah Swerve Scott Strickland III.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the code I have. I'll have to double check that when we're not on air. But we got a couple of weeks till Money in the Bank. I think that's the next. Scorecard. So,
Tim, are you doing all of the scorecards or just certain flavors?
I just do WWE and AEW. NXT don't matter, or not NXT. I'll do NXT too. TNA don't matter. You can do TNA scorecards all you want, but WWE, AEW, NXT, I'm doing the cards.
And this site does provide them for Impact and
yes.
And the Smashing Pumpkins one too.
Oh,
NWA,
yeah.
the NWA.
Power.
This their pay-per-views.
Yeah. Oh, so sorry.
So every week.
Power.
So every week, because isn't every week technically a pay-per-view?
You know what, Jim?
That's true.
I mean,
You're not wrong.
I'm just asking a question. You have to pay to watch every episode of NWA. How's that working out for him? My number 3 is Riddle. Had a tremendous showing on Monday. Got the win in the Battle Royal. I thought even in a loss in the main event, trying to get Randy into Money in the Bank, he looked really good. My number 2, Jungle Boy, Jungle Jack Perry. I actually had him on my list on Saturday in the losing effort to Kenny Omega because I thought that match was more about Jungle Boy proving that he belongs in that conversation, and then the win last night helped solidify his spot. And my number 1, same as everybody else, Isaiah Swerve Scott Strickland III Jr. As new North American champion. Hit row, like Tim said, must-see TV. Absolutely love it. So he's my number 1. I wanted Edge would have been my honorable mention for coming back and taking a swing at the big dog, but he got bumped because there was stronger showings in the wrestling front this week. So, Tim, where does that bring us for the week, for the updated standings for the year?
So for the week, we have another 25-point man. Isaiah Swerve Scott gets perfect marks from all 5 of us, capping out a 25-point week. Congratulations to Swerve on that. Tied for second is Jungle Boy Jack Perry and MJF. We could not decide between the two, so they will both split or take the 7 points towards their year-end totals. Kenny Omega, the Omega Man, takes 4 points into his overall totals, and Matt Riddle taking 1 point to his year-end totals, which now we have expanded our list of rankings to a top 5 because Jungle Boy Jack Perry has broken the top 5 for Wrestler of the Year. He is only 3 points behind Killer Karrion Kross and Bianca Belair with 14 points overall. Kenny Omega starting to close the gap now with 24 points. And the big dog, the Ooh-Ah Man, Mr. Ooh-Ah, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, still sits atop with 34 points. If you want a breakdown of how the points are tabulated for the week and for the year, go to 3countthursday.com, click the link at the top for the 3-Count Wrestler of the Year. It'll give you a breakdown of the points as well as show you the wonderful Google spreadsheet that I curate every week. So you can keep track of who we've chosen for each week, the points they've received, and where everyone stands in the Wrestler of the Week. Anyone who's made the top 4 of Wrestler of the Week has earned points towards Wrestler of the Year as I hit the table next to me.
It's okay. But we appreciate you keeping track of that because, Lord, none of us would. All right.
I'm a data whore.
You certainly are. And that brings us to the end of week number 12.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These five guys on Facebook